Okay guys, okay, so on our previous video, okay, I have explained on the purchasing goals. Okay, so now let's take a look on the purchasing process. Okay, kita tengok pula purchasing process dia ni. Okay, so dalam sebenarnya proses ni is a series of action or step taken in order to achieve a particular outcome or goals. Okay, so kena ingat kalau proses ni adalah bila kita buat something untuk kita achieve the goals. Okay, so many of the things that we do every day are a sequence of steps that are arranged in order. Okay, tu kind of process lah kan, which is apa yang korang buat. Contohlah hari ni korang go online for YouFuture. Okay, so tu kind of process. Untuk masuk kelas tu korang kena go to YouFuture and then click on the activity. Tu adalah proses. Okay, so sama juga dalam purchasing. Okay, dia akan ada sama ada it could be a manual process which is kita panggil sebagai paper based system. Okay, ataupun now many companies are moving toward more automated which is electronic based system. Okay, so kena ingatlah dalam purchasing ni dia ada dua proses. It could be paper based system ataupun electronic based system. Okay, so whatever system they are using, their goals are to have a proper purchasing system to ensure the efficient transition of information from the user to the purchasing personnel and it ultimately to the supplier. Okay, proses dia adalah untuk make sure tak kisahlah siapa-siapa je yang request for purchasing untuk memudahkan purchasing system sendiri dan kepada supplier also. Okay, so once the information is transmitted to the appropriate supplier, the system must also ensure the efficient flow of the purchased material from supplier to the user and the flow of out invoice from the supplier to the accounting department. So kena ingat bila process of purchasing sebenarnya dia complicated tau. Sebab let's say kita dalam large organisation. Okay, contohlah saya okay, kita guna contoh UiTM je. HCA dia nak paper. Okay, dia nak paper sebab nak photostat apa-apalah information pasal student ke apa. Okay, so dia nak paper. So dia tak akan beli sendiri dekat kedai tau. Okay, so dia akan pergi go through kepada purchasing punya department. Okay, so betul lah maksud dia. Dia nak make sure sistem tu for purchase material tu, okay, maknanya benda tu go kepada flow yang betul. Which is kita akan pergi dulu kepada purchasing department, then barulah purchasing department akan pilih supplier. Dia akan tengok lah, okay, then when supplier mana yang boleh supply barang yang harga murah tapi dalam good quality, okay. Okay, so benda tu adalah dalam purchasing process. Okay, so dia kata finally the system must have an internal control machines to prevent abuse of the system. Okay, for example, purchase order should be pre-numbered and issued in duplicate and buyers should not be authorized to pay invoice. So ni adalah kind of process dalam purchase, which is akan ada purchase order. Okay, which is bila ada purchase order kita akan bagi duplicate kepada supplier and then buyer. Okay, which is kan bila kita membeli secara manual pun kita ada receipt, kopi untuk supplier, kopi untuk customer kan. So tu adalah kind of process of purchasing. Okay. Okay, so next kita tengok the purchasing process in manual. Okay, so ni adalah purchasing process secara manual. Okay, so dia kata the manual purchasing system is slow and prone to errors due to duplicate of data entries during various stages of the purchasing process. Okay, so macam saya kata tadi kan, purchasing process ada dua, sama ada melalui paper based ataupun electronic. Okay, so ni kita bercakap pasal paper based dulu. Okay, manual purchasing adalah paper based. Okay, so dia kata system slow and prone due to errors due to duplication of data entries. Benda tu slow sebabnya kita kena buat salin balik guna tangan, handwritten. Okay, salin, which is mungkin dalam form satu ni kena isi, okay, yang form ni pun kena isi contoh. Okay, so tu kind of manual purchasing system. Okay, so dia kata example simulate information on the material requisition, which is information tu kita dah tulis dalam material requisition bila kita request for material. Okay, and then tapi lepas tu kita kena tulis balik dekat purchase order. Benda yang sama. Okay. So tu kind of ada masalah dalam manual purchasing ni. Okay. So in a manual purchasing process, it involve a traditional pen and paper method of filing form in multiple copies is used. So biasanya kita akan guna beberapa banyak helai lah. Okay, which is kena tulis isi balik. Okay. So all require action from the time the material needed are requested until the material get to the person requesting are done manually or by hand. Okay, so benda tu sama ada daripada kita request sampailah kita hantar kepada purchasing management, purchasing department, lepas tu purchasing department hantar kepada supplier. Tu kind of bila kita kena tulis tangan. Okay, tu adalah manual. Okay, so proses of dalam manual ni kita ada material requisition. Okay, so material requisition is dia kata the purchase process start when the material user initiate a request for a material by issuing material requisition in duplicates. Okay, so bila ni kita guna material requisition ni, when there are a request from a user or the required material asking for purchasing manager to get the material for him or her. Ni bila kita nak minta purchasing manager beli something untuk kita, so kita tulis dalam material requisition. Okay, so requisition is usually adalah pre-printed form that the user completes. Okay, so if the company use manual purchasing system, so the user need to form manual and submit it by hand to the purchasing management. So tu adalah kind of proses ni lah bila kita buat secara manual. Kita tulis dulu contohlah saya nak department saya nak kertas, saya nak pen contoh. Saya nak ink printer, so saya akan tulis dulu, tulis tangan. Tu adalah kind of material requisition. Okay. So dia kata a purchase requisition, okay, PR instead of material requisition is used in some firms. Okay, instead of guna material requisition, they also use purchase requisition. Benda yang sama je. Okay. So the product quantity and delivery due date are clearly described on the material requisition. The number of duplicates issued depends on the internal accounting control system of the organisation. So generally, the issue retains a copy and the warehouse receive the original plus a duplicate. Okay, so biasanya kalau material requisition ni, the issuer, siapa yang tulis tu akan kita akan simpan kopi dia. Okay, and then warehouse akan terima original ataupun another duplicates. Okay. Okay, so the duplicates and companies, the material as it move from warehouse to the buyer. Barulah dia akan daripada warehouse kepada buyer pula, pembeli pula. So this copy also provide the essential information for the account department to charge the appropriate user for the material. Ni kind of, kalau example of material acquisition ni, contoh macam bila korang nak booking mana-mana dewan dulu. Kalau dalam UiTM ni, bila korang nak booking dewan, korang pun isi form, ada 2-3 helai kan kat belakang tu. Okay, satu kopi adalah korang simpan, ada 2 kopi kita akan hantar kepada BPF akan tengok apa information korang. Tu kind of material requisition. Okay, tapi untuk dalam purchasing process ni, dia ada something yang kita nak beli lah. Okay. Okay, so next. Okay, so dia kata travelling requisition. Okay, so travelling requisition is used for material and standard part that are requests on recurring basis. The product description, delivery lead time and a lot size are pre-printed on the travelling requisition. Okay, so kalau travelling requisition ni adalah material and standard part that are requests on recurring basis, which is apa yang kita memang request. Contoh kita ni restoran, contoh kita restoran, so kita akan beli ayam seminggu sekali. Hari Ahad akan datang 100 ekor ayam contoh. Tu setiap hari Ahad, setiap minggu akan datang 100 ekor ayam. Tu adalah travelling requisition, which is bila kita ada standard part that are request on recurring basis, yang memang kita akan request untuk setiap masa yang memang kita dah set. So kita panggil travelling requisition. Okay. So dia kata plan order release from the material requirement planning. Okay. or bill of material can also be used to release requisition or to place order directly with the supplier, which is appropriate for company that use same component for a long period of time. Okay, instead of using traveling requisition, dia boleh juga guna material requirement planning ataupun bill of material. Benda yang sama je lah, which is bila kita nak beli barang dalam for recurring basis, so kita boleh guna this kind of method. Okay. Okay, so next, request for quotation. Okay, so ni bila kita nak request for quotation. Okay, so dia kata if the material is not available in the warehouse, okay, the material requisition is cancelled to the purchasing department. Okay, contohnya tadi first kali bila kita nak barang, kita tulis isi dulu material requisition kan, tapi barang tu tak ada dekat warehouse. Okay, dia tak ada dekat gudang, so korang pun kena buat request for quotation. Okay, so bila kita buat request for quotation, dia kata material requisition tadi tu terus cancel. Okay, so kata if there is no current supplier for the item, the buyer must identify a pool of qualified supplier and issue a request for quotation. Okay, let's say barang yang kita nak tu tak ada dengan supplier yang memang kita dah biasa beli. Okay, so korang pun kena request for quotation. Okay, to another supplier. Okay, so dia kata bila kita nak request for, okay, so tu adalah request for quotation. Okay, okay, so next adalah, okay, sorry, kita go back balik kepada request for quotation tadi tu. Okay, so request for quotation ni adalah bila korang ask the supplier to submit their details about their price, okay, discount ataupun other relevant information yang dia boleh offer kepada kita. Okay, so biasanya purchasing manager, we analyze the request for quotation and then choose the best one yang dia believe they can give the best offer for our organisation. Okay, so tu adalah request for quotation. Okay, next, request for proposal. Okay, so request for proposal may be issued instead for a complicated and highly technical component part, especially if the complete specification of the part is unknown. Okay, so bila kita dah buat request for proposal tadi, request for apa tadi, quotation. Okay, sorry. Okay, next bila kita nak buat request for proposal ni bila ada isu yang memerlukan highly technical component. Maknanya benda tu tak ada, supplier tu tak ada. So kita memerlukan another propose. Kita nak request for proposal and then kita kena for another technical ke. Okay, so then kita kena buat request for proposal. Okay, so request for proposal allows supplier to propose new material and technologies, thus enabling the firm to exploit the expertise of supplier. Okay, so maknanya let's say contohlah kita nak plastik yang grade A contoh, tapi supplier tu kata tak ada, tapi then dia come up with another things. Okay, and then dia kata ada new technology ke, new material ke yang boleh sesuai dengan dia apa yang kita nak, so dia akan guna request for proposal. Okay. Okay, so next. Okay, so dia kata once the purchasing manager has decided to buy the supplier, okay, for sama ada lepas dia dah analyse request for quotation ataupun request for proposal, and then dia akan prepare purchase order for successful supplier. Maknanya bila kita dah selesai kan, proposal dah settle, quotation pun dah settle, and then kita akan proceed dengan purchase order. Okay, so purchase order is the buyer's offer and becomes legally binding contract when accepted to the supplier. Okay, so kalau purchase order ni adalah bila buyer ni kita dah setuju dengan apa yang supplier nak bagi. Okay, so tu kita panggil sebagai purchase order. Okay, so therefore firms should require the supplier to acknowledge a copy of the purchase order to indicate acceptance of the order. Okay, so biasanya kalau bila kita dah proceed dengan purchase order ni, organisation patutnya dia ada copy purchase order untuk sebagai tanda lah yang memang supplier dah receive apa yang kita order. Okay. Okay, so dia kata an important features of purchase order is the terms and condition of the purchase, which is pre-printed on the back. The supplier may offer the goods at the supplier own terms and condition, especially if it is sole producer or hold the patent of the product. Okay, so maknanya let's say bila kita ada dah proceed with purchase order ni, biasanya supplier akan letak dia punya terms and condition dekat belakang. Okay, sama ada dia kata okay bila beli produk ni kena letak dia punya nama ke apa ke contoh. Okay, especially bila produk tu adalah sole producer, which is dia je yang produce benda tu, kita dah tak boleh nak beli dengan orang lain. So contoh macam elektrik. Okay, so kalau kita dalam Malaysia sole producer kita adalah TNB lah kan, which is supplier untuk elektrik adalah TNB je. So kind of lah, tu kind of example apa yang kalau sole producer ataupun patent of the product tu. Okay. Okay, so dia kata then a supplier sale order will be used. Okay, so lepas kita dah proceed with purchase order, then lepas tu akan ada sales order. Okay, sales order dia kata supplier offer and become legally binding contract when accepted to the buyer. Okay, sales order ni adalah bila kita dah setuju lah, okay, untuk kita beli, and then benda tu akan jadi contract kepada pembeli. Okay, once an order is accepted, okay, purchasing personnel need to ensure on-time delivery of purchased material by using follow-up or by expediting the order. Okay, so bila kita dah terima order kita tu, okay, so purchasing personnel ni adalah someone daripada purchasing department lah. Okay, so dia kena make sure dia terima barang tu on time, okay, then dia akan buatlah follow-up based on the order. Okay. So a follow-up kita consider as a proactive approach to prevent late delivery, whereas expediting is considered a reactive approach that is used to speed up an overdue shipment. Okay, so biasanya follow-up ni adalah untuk kita make sure supplier tu hantar barang mengikut date yang dijanji lah kan. Tu adalah follow-up. Bukannya kita main tunggu je bila orang nak hantar. Tak, kita akan buat follow-up sebabnya kita pun organisation pun memang dah ada deadline bila kita kena produce that barang. Okay, so kalau material tak sampai, macam mana nak buat? Okay, so tu adalah proses yang ada dalam purchasing, tapi ni kind of secara manual. Okay, so kita stop dulu sampai situ.